I'd like to show you some techniques now for parallax scrolling and how to get that working in Stencyl. First, we're going to create the graphics, and I have Photoshop CS5. Any version of Photoshop should work the same as I'm going to show you. Of course, you can use any application you'd like. Let's go ahead and set up the width at 960 and the height at 320. And we're going to have a gray background, so we're going to start out, the further out in the distance will be a lighter gray. So let's just switch to our fill tool, our bucket tool. You can press G and fill that in. And in our layers panel, we can create a new layer. And I'm going to set up 3 levels of parallax scrolling. So first, let me set up some guides. So our mountain range that's furthest away, let's say it's going to be around here. And then I'll have a second mountain range in front of it. Let's put that here. And then we'll have a line of trees approximately here. Okay. So let's go ahead and draw that out. So let's get a slightly darker shade of gray. And we'll draw out our first mountain range. And I'm going to switch to a full screen mode. And switch to your pencil tool, okay? And make sure that you have anti-aliasing off. And I recommend you put your brush settings at 2, okay? Because we're going to draw this out very fast. If you just put this at 1 pixel, it may have gaps. And then whenever you fill this in, it'll take a little bit of extra time. Okay, draw this out quickly. So these mountains are going to be further out in the distance. And also remember to start at this line, and you want to end at approximately the same line. That way you'll have a seamless background. I know this is messy. I really want you to focus on the technical aspect of what I'm doing rather than any artistic aspect. I'm just quickly going through this to show you the technique. Okay, and we'll fill this in. So here's one layer. Go back to my brush. I'll zoom in a bit and fill these guys in. Okay, now we're going to create another layer. Okay, I'm going to zoom back out, and we want to color a little bit darker than what we had before. So let's go here, and we'll create our second mountain range. Make sure we're on the proper layer. Okay, and these mountains can be a little bit bigger. I'm also going to slope these down into a valley. Okay, maybe these kind of more like hills. And then we're going to end up right here. Okay, and then we'll fill these in. Okay, and then the last step is going to create the tree line. So let's get another layer. Slightly darker. And go back to our pencil tool, and I'm just going to quickly brush these in, scratch these in, kind of like sorry about that, just kind of like a let's say a pine tree line, okay, just a silhouette. Okay, maybe some of these will go a little lower. Then raise up on the range. Okay. Again, I know this is a mess, guys, but I just want to show you the technique and the technical aspects of how to get this going. Okay, let's switch over to the bucket tool, and hopefully I don't have too many gaps. All right. Okay, so we've got 4 layers, but the back layer within Stencyl, we could just set this up as a background color. So we don't need to export that. Let's go ahead and start with the backmost mountain range here. And then let's go to File, Save for Web and Devices, PNG 24, and make sure that transparency is on. If not, you'll end up with your background color. So turn transparency on and make sure our image size is still 960 by 320 and click on Save. I already have a folder here called Faded Mountains, so let's save this as Mountains 1 and save. And now let's just go layer by layer. We'll go to our next layer, and I have a shortcut key for to save for web and devices. So we'll go to the second layer here, and I can click on the name, and we'll save this out as Mountains 2. And let's get our tree line, save as Mountains 3. So if you'd like, go ahead and take your time, create some nice graphics for your parallax scrolling, and we'll go ahead and implement this into Stencyl in the next video.